Pineapples, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in today. So for today's video, we have the best of 2020 makeup edition, and I figured let's do a whole get ready. Usually I do like a sit down, I list everything, and I'm like, how about we put on the makeup that I really loved, because it's actually not too much, because, you know, 2020 we weren't really doing too much, and let's see these babies do their magic. Let's see them do their work. So we're gonna get right into it. First off, one of my favorites is the Too Faced Extreme Plump. Now this lip injection, or Maximum Plump, this lip injection actually really works. It plumps the lips up really well. I know I have told you guys before that my lips kind of lose volume within the middle of the day, and I think it works out really well. It does burn, but not incredibly crazy. So I really like it, and I've been using this. So now I'm not going to mention too much skincare. I'll probably mention, I don't know. I don't think I'm really going to do like a whole skincare favorites, but one that stood out to me and I love to use before my makeup is a Holly Frog Antioxidant Dewy Drop. And I have used this on a video, and it's been my favorite the last couple of months. It just plumps up the skin so nicely. I just love the way how it feels. And it doesn't, I don't know, just soaks into the skin. It just feels amazing. If you guys want to know my daytime and nighttime skincare routine, I already posted those videos. Are you guys still here? So sorry. My neighbor is so cute. He's the most adorable 81-year-old guy. And once he starts talking, I just called him on the phone just to let him know something earlier. And once he starts talking, he won't stop. And it's like, you can't get him off the phone. He's just so sweet because he has so many stories. And we went back to 50 years ago, literally. So we're going to continue at my lip plumper's gone now. Okay, so now let's go into primer. What I'm going to use today is Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. This was my favorite. I actually prefer it over the solid just because you don't have to stick your fingers in and out. It's a pump, you can control it. And I just love the way how it feels on my skin. I feel like it just lays my foundation on so nice. It's just, I didn't want to like it, like I said, because of the price. It's expensive. But another one that I like that I just repurchased a couple months ago is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer right here. This one's great for every single day. It's affordable and it's very moisturizing, and it's super light. So if you're someone where you just like to wear primer period and you want something to still moisturize your face, that one's a good one. You guys know I love my L'Oreal brow stylist, but this year I ran out of one of mine, or maybe two of them. I go through them a lot, and I decided, hey, I gotta step out. I have to see what other brow pencils I have, and I have to utilize them. And one of my favorites is the Benefit Brow. This one is called the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I think this is what it's right up there with the brow stylist as a more high-end pencil. Obviously, I'm in the shade 5. It's just very easy to work with. It's not waxy at all, but it has really nice pigment. I love how long it lasts as well. Now, I'm going to combine it with another product I'm going to show you right now, and it is my holy grail, and I've been using it for the past 2 to 3 months, so it's like a little later of a favorite, and I decided to start testing it out, and I love it. I showed it on camera and I said I didn't like it, and I told you, oh, I probably have to use it in conjunction with the pencil. And you see how fast that was? Just very simple. They're like not too dark. It's easy to brush out. And even when you brush it out, the pigment doesn't go away. I find that to be more frustrating with some pencils. Like you fill it in, you brush it out, and it's almost like the whole brow is brushed out. Also, in combination with Benefit's, what is this called? Brow Micro Filling Pen. This is probably hands down the easiest pen that I've ever used, with like the little spikes to give you a microbladed look. It is fabulous. I am telling you, I cannot stop using this. So what I'll usually do is clean up my brow with the Nars Creamy Matte Concealer. This is my holy grail for so many years. It's just so creamy, and it gives the best base for my eyes. So this favorite hasn't changed, but I figured I'd show you. But look how quick that was just to clean up my brow. Now let me zoom you in. Now I'm going to take the pen and I start right at the base. After I clean up with the Nars concealer, I'm going to bring it here and just swipe up. Hold on. This is a little hard because the way I've been doing it, hold on, let me rest my elbow here. I just don't want my stuff to fall. I'm going to bring it at the base and flick up, up, up. And it's filling in my brow almost like I have hairs. I hope you guys can really see that. So I started right here. Makes it seem like I have more brow hairs than it actually looks like strokes. Because before when I would do my eyebrows, I honestly was like, oh, you make hair like strokes. But then in the end, it's just like one solid freaking brow, right? Like when you see it, you're like, those aren't really hair like strokes. Like maybe you did attempt them, but this really gives that effect. Like I can see the feathering. My brows are very small and thin, and yeah, so they're not the best brows. So I can't just use the pen on its own. It looks funky. If you've ever wanted that microblading look, this is going to be your easiest pen. I've tried other ones and they kind of skip. This one just lets the ink flow so easy. Did my other brow. Now I want you to see the before, how I don't have any hair strokes whatsoever here. I have the hair strokes, so here's the before action. I don't always use the pen, but I do really like it because I feel like it makes my brow look more full. But if I'm going for like a more natural day, then I won't use the pen, but I just think it's so good. Now this is going to be a little hard because I usually go like this, like on this side. Right there. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Can you see that? How it makes it look like I have brow hairs? Now, when it came to palettes, I really didn't try too many. Like, I did, but they weren't, like, standouts. Or they're, like, your typical Colourpop palette where it's, like, they're all pretty much, like, the same good formula. They're a little bit dry. They don't have kickback. They're all really good. I like them. But nothing that I was like, oh, you really need to get this. But one that did stand out to me was Sigma. I find that Sigma stepped up their palette game this last year. And the Corda Rosa is one of my favorites completely, hands down. If I'm going to recommend one, I loved this one and I couldn't stop using it. So we're going to use it today. Dahlia, it's just like a really nice warm brown. This is like a great pick. Like, look at that pigment. I did not mean to put that much right now, but we're just going to do it today. They really expanded their makeup line. I love their liquid lipsticks, and that's great because they're obviously known for their brushes, but it's also nice to kind of like, you know, up your palettes. The palettes used to look different before. They were more of like a square packaging and they were good, but they weren't like, oh my gosh, you need them. Now these are pretty top dog. I also think that they're very easy to blend out. And you guys already know, Sigma will always be my #1 brush brand. I just did a quick cut crease. Belle of the Ball. It's just a really stunning shimmer. And I'm just going to place that all over. And their shimmers, usually you know, you're going to deal with fallout anyhow. They don't have a lot of kickback, so I love that. Shakespeare, which is more of like this burgundy red, and then just place that on the outer corner of the eye. And I'll probably just leave it there. Kind of like a more warm burgundy rose gold eye. Now, as far as eyeliner, the one that really blew me away and was so affordable, I believe it's like $3. I think before I was saying it's only $4.99. I think it's $3. And it's a super precise eyeliner from Essence. This one lasts so long. It's waterproof. It's very precise. And it's easy to use. I'm usually not the biggest fan of brush tip eyeliners, but I find that the control with this one actually works really well. And I love that I don't have to go over it so many times. And even if you do, have you ever used like an eyeliner that it just starts cracking and getting super funky? This does not do that. I mean, I obviously have like some other favorites that I've been using, like Physicians Formula. I used to use Kat Von D. Maybelline has been okay, but this one is a standout where overall I love the applicator. I love the price. You can't beat it. And it's waterproof and it's nice and black. Bring it right there. And it's very easy to use. It's not too flimsy where you don't have that much control. And you would think too, because it's just long enough. There's some applicators that I feel like just like that little millimeter really makes or breaks the applicator. Clean up the eyeliner. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Now, for mascara, I don't have it. I need to purchase it again. But the one that stood out to me was the Bambi Mascara from L'Oreal. It just separated and made my lashes look nice and long, and it didn't flake, and it was super waterproof. But I don't have it. I have to repurchase it. And I would have to say that one was my favorite. I did like a Maybelline one, but I don't know. I still feel like the Bambi was my top #1. And as far as high-end mascara, I don't know. I feel like I like drugstore just because it's just as good as the high end, if not better. And I always find that drugstore mascara, you should just go that route instead of buying an expensive mascara. That's just my personal preference. I mean, I'll try it out obviously because of my channel, but as far as like purchasing it, I have to really like it. Like the only one I truly love, and I talk about it, is just because it's mega waterproof, like it's not going anywhere. It's the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes, and they had like a mascara sale where they were $10, and I got 5 of them because they're $25, I believe, all on its own. So I'm like, wow, I got several for $50. Crazy. So for lashes, my favorite has been the Lily Lashes in Miami Light and also Miami. So the ones I'm putting on are in light. So they're just not as like crazy as the Miami, even though I love those ones. But this is like an in the middle lash. It's still very dramatic. Okay, so now for foundations, there's 3 that stood out to me. I actually went through quite a few Bye Bye foundations. This one is basically done with. I might finish it today in medium tan. I love my Physicians formula in the Silk Foundation Elixir. It's very similar to my favorite Nars, hold on, I always freaking forget the name, called the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. That one, this one is a dupe. And it's just so silky. And then my new favorite one, which I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it, especially during spring and summertime, and it's the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. My skin has been a little bit more on the dry side, so I've been really hydrating it and making sure I use oils at nighttime. But if I prep my skin, I want to make sure it's super hydrated because this does tend to cling to some dry spots, but this is mega, like, you want a full glam face, this is it. In my one video when I was talking about, crying in a video, when I was so excited about the support that I've been getting from my merch, I saw someone's comment, and she always comments, so hey girl, hey. Not to take away from like everything that's going on in this video, but what foundation are you wearing? Because it is waterproof, your tears have been hitting your face, and nothing has been removed. And it was this one right here. Maybe I should just wear it right now, huh? But I kind of want to finish this one and then give this baby a really good review so I could show you like the wear time of it. So let's do that. It's going to finish off my medium tan. Maybe 3 pumps left. Bye Bye foundation is probably one of my favorites just because it's really hydrating, moisturizing, lasts all day. It doesn't get all weird and patchy, and I like how right now that my skin's kind of, it's moisturized. My skin is combo right now. Like it's dry in some areas of my nose, and I think it's because I'm trying out new toners and new facial products or whatever. This just has the SPF that you need. It has really good coverage. The more you use, the more full coverage it's going to be, but it is a full medium right off the bat. So yeah, you're going to get some good coverage on this. But whenever I wear this foundation, I always get compliments. I do also like the CC Plus. I like all of them except the Bye Bye is my favorite. So as far as concealer, there's only 3 that I use. I use my Milani Conceal and Perfect. Hands down, one of my favorite great everyday concealers. It's nice and light, provides medium coverage. It's very moisturizing, so it's not dry underneath the eye. And then the other one that I used a lot was my Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. You guys, I barely use my Shape Tape this year. I find that it's just getting a little bit too drying. And then, where's my third? Here we go, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, but specifically the hydrating one. I did not like the regular Camo Concealer. That was the matte one. Way too drying. It was kind of full coverage, but it looked like, road maps underneath my eyes. It just looked cakey and dry, and it looked really bad. So I'll just use the Too Faced one. So I am in the shade, I've been using Natural Beige. And it's just so hydrating. I don't have to use a lot of concealer. I never thought that I would kind of get off of my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not saying that I'll never use it. But during this time right now, I don't know. I really haven't missed it too much. This one's so easy to blend. See? Just like that. And it's hydrating. It doesn't crease like crazy. And then as a setting powder, I like too many. Right now I'm using the Laura Mercier. I was also using the brightening powder from Laura. I love the Lawless Beauty in translucent and also brightening. I've talked about them so much where it's not even like a new fave or anything like that. As far as bronzers, the only one that really stood out to me besides like my typical are the new Nars Bronzers. They relaunched them, repackaged them, I believe, or did like a whole array of new shades, and I love them because it comes in a matte and also like a satin. So now, oh wait, I was supposed to set the face. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm going to set the face with the Matte Velvet Skin from Makeup Forever. Hands down, my favorite, oh my gosh, full coverage powder foundation. It really locks everything into place. I love it. It adds extra coverage, FYI. And then still, my Maybelline Superstay coverage. I love this with the light dusting. It's awesome. So I'm going to use this one today. I've been using the Makeup Forever one, and it's a little bit too tan for me right now, so yeah, but I'm just gonna use this one. This one's in the shade Honey 320. Just gonna set the face. But the Makeup Forever Velvet combined with the Matte Velvet foundation, really nice. I almost forgot to set my face. I keep doing that now. In my makeup routine, I go like straight to bronzer. So now back to bronzer. I'm going to use my Nars Bronzer. I love how there's just so many different shades. It's super easy to blend. I love how it gives you like an option if you want satin or if you want a matte. And for this one, it's very goof proof. I feel like I don't have to worry about kickback. I don't have to worry about it looking muddy on me. And the product has lasted for freaking forever. I've been using it for so many months the second they relaunched. And then I'll just take my Sigma sponge and do a little bit of a, with my Laura Mercier, you know, just a little bit of this. I don't go too crazy, just like, I just grab very little powder. I'm not into like baking underneath here. I just kind of push, probably not the best. I just kind of like push to form that line. I don't push that hard. Then I'll just go back in and just reblend. As far as a drugstore one, I love the Maybelline City Bronze. The only issue that I have with that is it doesn't go to a super deep shade. They need to expand it for sure because it only goes to tan and the tan or deep, and there's only 3 shades: light, medium, and tan. Blush, if you guys have been watching my channel, you probably already know, and it's a Colourpop Super Shock blushes. Nothing new here, so I have some new ones. I bought some backups of ones that were kind of going old. Well, this one isn't. This one's Drop of a Hat. It's one of my top favorite ones because it has like a really nice sheen to it. Sorry, can you see that? There we go. Has like a really nice sheen. It's, oh, I love it. It just gives you that really nice healthy glow. One I just replaced today is Quarters. Right here, this is one that I've already repurchased a couple times. Burnt type of blush. It's really nice. And then my other one is Get Laid. I usually use this one in spring and summer just because it's more like corally and bright. Drop of a Hat. And I've already repurchased this a couple times. It's a great like blush with a nice sheen. I'll blend it out after, but it just gives you like this nice glow. You see that? I have like some freaking scarring from these pimples and stuff that I got from being so stressed out because of my dogs and all that, and I was picking at my face, and then one day I just like was worrying so much and boom, I just like broke out. I just picked up my face. I didn't know what to do with myself. So yeah. Longevity of this just looks so much better, and if I sweat or I get a little bit oily, it doesn't break apart weird, and I love that glow. It's like, right into highlight. Now there's a couple that I've been really loving. One is the Hyper Glow palettes from MAC. Now I go in between both of these. They're both very different. This one is more on like the bronzy golden side, and then this one is more of like that champagne like light side. So I'll usually use this when I'm not as tan or if my tan faded away and all of that, and I'll put it down like the center of my face, like my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. But the one I've been using the most is this one all the time. It is my top fave, and this one is just called Hyper, what is it? I don't know the name. It just says Hyper Real Glow, so the more bronzy one. How come there's no name or anything? That's so random, right? You guys already know my Pixie. You couldn't even tell if it was a Pixie product only because of the green on the outside. The gold is completely gone, but I obviously love this highlight to death. This one's in the shade Subtle Sunrise. I need to get a backup of this because, ooh, I hope they keep this forever. It's amazing. Then another one is the Hello Halo. I've been using this already for a long time. You guys know that they sent me these on my last, or did I show it in another video? I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. I showed how, I said, how is this a new product? Because I already had it. They just changed the name. Now this one is called I Met Someone. The other one was called After Sex Glow. Sorry, Wet n Wild. I called you out. You switched the name. I don't know, maybe it was a little bit too risque, who knows, but I thought that the name was fine, After Sex Glow. I mean, but I get it. It's not completely appropriate, so plus it's in drugstores, they want more people to buy it, and yeah, so now it's called I Met Someone. Another one is the Skin Lights from Revlon. This one's in the shade Twilight Gleam. This one is basically a super metallic glow. It is beyond just beautiful, and if you want to get a really nice crazy glow, this is gonna be the one. That's it. It's there. You don't even have to hit it with setting spray or nothing. It is there. So let's just take it there. Yeah, let's take it there. To me, this reminds me of the Maybelline Chrome highlighters, except more glow, more metallic. I'm gonna go into, let's use the Hyper Glow from MAC. I'll use this one. I usually never touch this one, rarely. I'll go into this one and this one, and I'll bring it just down my nose in the center, and just, you know, the center of the face. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just taking the darkest shade right there and then just smoking out the bottom, and I'll just hit it with mascara because I just realized I never finished my eyes all the way, but that's all I'm doing. Okay, gosh, I love that highlight. All those highlights I showed, they all melt into the skin like butter, and they look beautiful. Now, as far as a setting spray, which I'm just gonna set it right now, you probably wouldn't have guessed this one. Now, I love my Urban Decay All Nighter. I love the Charlotte Tilbury one. That one's one of my newest ones and one of my favorites. But one that stood out to me that I thought was great is the Maybelline Glass Spray. Now, this, it just makes your whole entire face look super dewy and hydrated galore. You only needed the most 2, max 3 sprays. You have to be careful with it. And I love it because I find that no brand has really done a good dupe for the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Mist, and that one makes you really glowy. So this, for only, I think, $11.99 is amazing. 1, 2, 3. That's all I'll do. That's it. And then I'll be extra. I'll grab my crystal fan I've shown before from Amazon. And then I'll just let that set. And my whole face will just be luminous. And at the most 3. I could have just done 2. Trust me. It is a very dewy spray. I never thought I would ever really appreciate a dewy spray like that, because you guys know I have an oily T-zone. I'm normal all around. I'm combo skin, and usually people with oily skin don't want like that glow, and this one is, it's just done right. My favorite glitter will always be my Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy, or also Glam Rock in gold or silver. They're just always my ride or dies. Here, let's do silver because I feel like I use my Midnight Cowboy all the time. But whenever I have glitter on my inner corner, this is what I'm always using all the time. I was using the NYX ones, but those get kind of crusty. And this one I find, like, even when you layer it, it's really nice. Like, it doesn't get all weird. These look amazing, even if I just place it on top of my eyes, or say, for instance, I wanted to take the gold ones and then just do a line right across here. That also looks really beautiful with these two. This is one formula that I would say kind of stick to the higher end ones because they last, they're not crusty, they don't flake, and I just like the applicator. Lips is going to be a hard one. I got a lot of lips to show you guys. Number 1 gloss that I've loved completely will always be the Fenty Beauty. I love these. Like, I love the color Sweet Mouth, and I love Fussy. Let's see. Oh, here's Fussy, but a small one. I got the small holiday set, which I highly recommend getting. This one's in Cake Shake. I just love all of those. Now, one that's very equivalent to that is the Lifter Gloss. Now, Maybelline came out with a whole array of glosses, and I highly recommend these. These are great, especially for a fraction of the cost. I think they came out with such great colors. Some that are very great dupes of the Fenty bombs, or Fenty Gloss Bombs. I also loved only one Kylie liquid lipstick, and this one's in the shade One Wish. I usually wear this a lot of the time. It lasts all day. It doesn't make my lips dry, and when I know when I'm gonna have my mask on, or I want a nude lip, this is what I go to because it doesn't transfer and it lasts a really long time. Now, when I want a moisturizing lipstick, I love the Nars Audacious. I've been obsessed with the shade Barbara. I finished my normal one, and now this one's like a holiday one that I busted open, and I can't stop wearing it. It's just that perfect rose nude. And let me show you a swatch of One Wish. This one's more of like a peachy nude. On my lips, it looks a little lighter though. Love the Maybelline Superstay crayons. These ones are great because they do not budge. Like once you place them on your lips, they're moisturizing. They're not drying at all. This one's in the shade, I use these two. This one's in the shade Lead the Way. And then the other one I use is Stay Exceptional. This one right here. So I lost one and then I bought another, and I think that's the double of the other one. I hate when I do that. And then the last liquid lips I thought that were worth mentioning are the new Sigma ones. Like I said, they really stepped up their game with their liquid lipsticks. I love the shade Suede. I think this one is my favorite. Well, all three of these. Corderosa is also one, and Cashmere. So these three... These three, the one that's on the floor and this one, are great nudes. Want another liquid lipstick that I think that comes in a great array of shades is Clab Makeup. We have so many different shades. This one specifically is called Lush Lover. Love this one. Boy Toy is my number one though. But these last all day. They don't dry out your lips and they are going to stay on. And I love our shade range. I think it's freaking bomb. So yeah, try out Clab. You can get that at Sally Beauty. And those are all my top lippies. Like, I don't know. I find like that's kind of a lot, but like my favorite. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to use. I think I'm just going to do one wish so I can show you what it looks like. I had to get another one. I'm almost out. See how it goes on a little bit lighter than this on my lips? And this is going to last. Oh my gosh. I'm like literally down to nothing. That's how much I used it this year. It's just like borderline the perfect nude where it's not too light. These are my two faves from Maybelline. One has like a little bit of shimmer and one's like a little bit lighter. The one with shimmer is called Opal. This one's like my number one. Like, look at that. It gives like the perfect gloss. Now let me show you what the gloss bomb looks like in Sweet Mouth. This one's pretty similar. Oh no, it's not. It's more pearlized. Just kidding. But it gives the same effect of gloss. It really does. They're such great products. Maybelline really hit it out the park for a gloss. That's it. That's everything from my basket. I wanted to make sure I got everything out. This is the final look. These are all my favorite products, you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this as opposed to just like listing everything. Let me know, because then next time I'll just list it. Let me know which way you like it, either or. I'll still continue to do favorites where I list things as well. But I thought this was like a good like little switch up of it. Okay guys, well that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, did I miss something from 2020 that I needed to try out? I feel like I wasn't too into trying too many things, but I found some pretty good ones. But this is honestly all the standouts for me. Oh, you know what just hit me? The e.l.f. Duo Bite Blushes. Okay, we'll just stick that in the favorites. Those ones are very affordable and amazing. I don't know how that just hit me, but it did right now. I guess someone was like trying to, I don't want to say someone was whispering in my ear because no one whispered, but yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll make sure to link everything down below, all my favorite products, and yeah, that's it. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, show your girl some love down below. Let me know if I should try something out, and I'll see you fine apples in the next one. Mwah! Whoop whoop!